What's going on, everybody? David here with another episode of This is Daveford FC. This is episode number 22, and this is the second half of Season 5 of our Sky Bet Championship League. Now, where we left off last time was on January 4th, and we just had a 2-3 loss away at Cardiff in the third round of the FA Cup. We get into the tournament, and we get knocked out of the tournament. It was a horrible day for us. Cardiff was definitely the better team, and they beat us, hands down. So we were 18th place, guys. 18th place with a negative 10 or 15 goal differential. We were in really bad shape. We were literally fulfilling our expectations on the season and fighting relegation. Well, I had mentioned that I'm going to change some tactics up. And I had changed some tactics up here at the end of December, right around Christmas, with Norwich City and Wolverhampton, where I went more of a countering type of, a countering and more of a solid defense type of tactic. Well, I changed it even more to where I pulled the right and left backs. Actually, I took them off of wing back duty and left them more of a just like a defender. And I'll tell you what, that really worked out. We went on a massive win streak, guys. Look at this. And I didn't play any of these games. The team was playing so good, guys. I just wanted to keep going and not stop, because I was afraid if I stopped and started to slow down, that it would break the chi of the team. And I played all the way to the end. The results I'll let you guys see here in just a second. But we had an away game versus Leeds. This is the second half. We won 2-1. And we won at Fulham. I mean, we won pretty much all of our games down until the last 4 games. I mean, literally, guys, we did not lose a game from January 11th to April 18th. That's 3 months. We did not lose a game. I mean, just with the tactic, the way that I changed it. I mean, we weren't destroying teams. I mean, besides the Huddersfield victory, this Huddersfield victory was a 5-1 victory. Nottingham Forest was 4-1. But other than that, I mean, we only beat these guys by 1 goal, maybe 2 goals, and it was awesome. And the better we started doing, the more money we started getting for being on TV. And, we eventually started working our way back up. And we didn't win the league, but we got promoted. I cannot believe this. I literally thought that we were going to be relegated. And that's why I was going to just do this, episode number 22 and just get it done with. And start with an overhaul on 23, but guys, we got promoted. I don't know if there's some kind of algorithm in the game that is a little bit lenient on you as a player. I don't know what it is, but I don't think we should have done this good the second half of the season. But then again, guys, the players really turned it around. I mean, I had so many teams asking for players for loan. It was crazy. I've never seen loans come in like this before, especially for the 18s and the 21s. We must have shipped out so many kids. But anyways, guys, we got promoted. We ended up being in second place. Bristol City won it. Bradford City, they won. And hey, and congratulations to Bradford City, because Bradford City got promoted with us last year to from Sky Bet 1 to Sky Bet Championship. So congratulations to Bradford City. They did well, just as good as we did. We beat them by 4 points. I mean, we beat teams like Hull, Norwich, Wolverhampton, Sunderland, West Bromwich Albion, Fulham, Sheffield United. I mean, guys, QPR, Swansea. Look how low Middlesbrough finished. They finished in 19th place. Plymouth Argyle, who got promoted with us last year, along with Bradford City, they survived relegation by 1 point. Cardiff got relegated. Nottingham Forest got relegated, and so did Carlisle. Unbelievable year, guys. I mean, I could not believe. I mean, we were here at the depths. We were sitting in 20th place at one time. 20th place. We were probably 4 points. I think we were 4 points from relegation. And look at this. It just started climbing. And we got all the way to second, dropped the third again, and then we stayed in second and finished. Unbelievable, guys. That, I don't know what to say. I really don't. I had a bunch of slides and stuff ready for you guys, and I'm like, I don't even want to do this because I'm just so ridiculously happy that we not only survived, but the second half of the season, we were the best team in the league. There is no doubt about that. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. So let's take a look at finances. Well, where we left off was we were at about $2.5 million left. We won money for for coming in second place. Our Dr. Abdullah, he put in another $4.5 million. We haven't even gotten any Premier League. I'm still in this season. I've got a lot of contracts and stuff that I'm starting to worry about right now. So I sold a couple players as well. I'll talk about that in just a second. But you can see our transfer budget for next year. This is really, really low. I mean, honestly, guys, this is going into the Premier League. It is going to be a true struggle next year. Barring a miracle, which I don't see a miracle happening in the Premier League. There's too much talent. But we do have a $767,000 a week payroll. That is pretty much almost 4 times what we had. So we'll be able to have some quality players. One I already signed. I'll show you in just a second. But I'm really happy. We had $9.33 million, but I just spent about $900,000 on one player, which is it was a great pickup. He was for a steal. We got him from Norwich. Norwich is definitely probably trying to cut costs right now because this is their second year in a row in Skybet Championship. So their Premier League money from last year is probably starting to run out. So they're going to drastic measures, and they're offering me all kind of players. So I picked one up, and I'll show you who I just picked up. So, all right, finances are looking good. We still lost $1.5 million this year. Let's go to the next tab. We're just going to work our way right up. We actually, guys, we are getting a stadium expansion. Now, the stadium expansion has to happen because when you go into the Premier League, you have to have 15,000 seats. We've only got 7. And I've told you all season that's going to be the bane of our team until we get our max capacity at 34,000. Well, we're expanding, but we're only expanding by like 2,800 seats. I could not believe it when it came back with a stadium upgrade of only 2,800 seats. That's still below the league minimum. I don't know what's going to happen. I have no clue what is going to happen, but I know that we are only going to like 9,700 seats, which is still 6,000 seats short of the Premier League. We also have to relay the field. We also have to have undersoil heating for the Premier League, so that's now a huge cost that we have to put into it. So they're relaying the field. We're getting the new heated soil, and they're expanding our stadium by 3,000. I don't think the stadium is going to matter because of the amount of Premier League money we are fixing to get. I mean, literally, guys, I'm not joking. We are going to get at least, I'd say, 2.5 million a week just for rights, and then we'll probably get about another, I'd say, 1.4 to 2.6 a week for TV. So we're looking at a fucking ton of money. I mean, a ton of money. And we're going to have to increase this budget several times because we're going to have to add players every transfer window. I mean, we're just going to have to. All right, so I'm not doing any kind of upgrades to the youth facilities, nothing to training facilities, nothing like that. I'm probably going to try to get another small team under us, maybe from another country, to be a senior affiliate to. Now, as for Liverpool over here, I don't know what's going to happen with them. Now that we're in the same league, they're probably going to end up dropping us. So there is one player that I'm trying to get from them on loan first before they drop us. So that leads us to the next tab, which is going to be and now we have for some reason we have a 6,554 seat capacity. I guess that's probably because of the construction that's going on. I have no clue. But yeah, planned expansion. It'll be ready in September 2020, so in like 4 months, 5 months, 3 months actually. We'll have 2,800 seats under soil heating, and we need to expand it even more. I mean, we're just going to have to. We've still got our 3 youth rating. I don't see that going up anytime soon. Yeah, the field condition is very poor. I wonder why they're tearing it up. So, but our stadium can be expanded to like 34, 35,000 people. So, I mean, we got a brand new stadium. I can't believe that it was only 7,000. So, all right, guys. So let's take a look at all of the transfers and stuff. We sold one of our stars. We sold Charlie Horton, guys, our premier goalkeeper that we had for 3 years. Gillingham offered us $150,000. I told them the offer wasn't good enough. They sent back another offer at $300,000. I said it wasn't good enough, and I actually negotiated and got them to $400,000. So, remember, we paid about $165,000 with all of the bonuses and stuff for Charlie Horton, and we made a couple $100,000 on him. Now, I didn't want to sell Charlie Horton, but the team was doing really well, and actually I sold him in January, and the team had just started to click, and I knew that we were going to have to sign him to a big term contract at the end of this, because he had been asking for a new contract the whole year, and I kept like putting it off and bullshitting him the whole time. And Gillingham came in, scooped him up. Now Gillingham's paying him how much? We were paying him $1,800 a week. No, we were paying him $800 a week. Now he's making $2,800 a week at Gillingham. So he did a great job for us. I mean, he was the reason why we were so successful in Sky Bet 2 and Sky Bet 1. And, you know, he just wasn't cutting it in Sky Bet Championship. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, but that was the main stickler for me. So I brought in a goalkeeper, this guy here, Camille Grabara. I brought him in from Liverpool because we got him on a free loan. He was almost, if you go by the star rating system, he was a star better than Charlie Horton. So it was an immediate upgrade, and it was free. So that's why I had done that. Okay. I loaned out a couple people to, well, not a couple, but you can see, guys, I loaned out all these guys. I mean, this was like the biggest year for loans ever. I've never seen this many loans before, ever. And that was nice. So we sold Paul Close for 1.8 this year. We sold. Remember, we sold Tom Gardner last episode for 25, and Charlie Horton for 400. So we made 2.2 million this year, and we didn't pay a single thing except for maybe 165,000 for Horton. So that's pretty good turnover. That is really good. Now let's take a look at our scouting. Our scouting wasn't that great this year, and that's partly to blame on me, because I only had 3 scouts. I mean, we were average at best. We were just average. Our coaching was actually pretty good in Skybet Championship. Definitely pretty good. Medical staff, everything was over average, which is okay. Now, you're going to notice that every one of my employees, my staff members, are all up on contract, and that is a good thing. Hopefully our reputation will go up. I haven't checked yet, but we have a 2.5-star reputation. I think we were at 2.5 stars to begin with, so maybe we'll go to 3 stars, and that should give us a lot better inquiries for when we start looking for new staff. So but I'm going to replace pretty much every one of these staff members, and I hate to, but guys, we're in the Premier League now, so our $100,000 a month staff is probably going to quadruple, or probably even go to 500,000, because I'm not going to cut any corners on this, because having a good staff and great physios has really helped us. And now we really need to, ever since Skybet won, we've been able to have worldwide scouting, and I haven't left anywhere except for Central Europe. So we've basically been United Kingdom, Central Europe, and that's it. Now, you better believe I'm going to have scouts all the way across, and we are going to be scouting every continent now. So I'm going to have probably a couple guys here in England, probably a couple in Europe, and then I'm going to take the rest. Well, I'll have a couple here in the United Kingdom, and then a couple in Europe, and then the rest we're going to be scouting America. We're going to be scouting, I know, go figure. We're going to be scouting Australia. We're going to be scouting Africa. We're going to be scouting all the countries now to try to pick up those gems that are hidden. Often some small little rural field playing football. We're going to try to bring them to Daveford FC. And I'm going to try to recruit them young too, so I can bring them in and get them a 3-year homegrown status as well. So I'm going to try to recruit a bunch of like 16 and 17-year-old kids for our youth program. So, all right. So that's pretty much it with the coaches. Every one of these coaches are going to be replaced. I think I'll probably keep a couple, but for the most part, it's going to be all turned over. Now let's see. Let's take a look at the end of the year staffs. Oh yeah, my pickup that I had. I want to show you guys the great pickup that we had. Check this out. We picked up John Flanagan. If you guys don't know who John Flanagan is, he is a right back that plays for Liverpool, and he's really good. Unfortunately, the last couple years, he's been out 10 months a year for these reconstructive knee surgeries that he had. The second surgery he had was because of the first one was botched. So there's like a big lawsuit going on for that. But anyways, we signed John Flanagan. He's perfectly healthy. He hasn't had a lot of playing time in the last year, and he barely played with Norwich. And Norwich actually paid $2.5 million for him, and we paid $825K for him. And he is probably going to be our starting left back. Even though his primary position is right, we'll probably be starting him left over Benham Williams. It'll be an upgrade over Benham Williams. So, yeah, great pickup, John Flanagan. Holy cow! And if we can get Camille Grabara, I've already put in for the loan papers on him. Hopefully, we'll be able to. Get him. So. Looks like they're going to actually require us to pay now. So I will definitely take care of that. So looks like we're going to have to pay now. So it looks like they're probably dropping us from our senior affiliate because now we're in the same league. All right, let's take a look at the stats this year, guys. Now, a lot of these guys I've already moved over to the other teams and stuff because I'm like sorting all who I'm keeping, who I'm getting rid of, and the primary. I mean, guys, look at Leangle. What he did in the second half of the season. He had 16 goals at the halfway point. This dude has scored 26 goals in half a season. He has literally got us promoted. That's Lee Angle, our $1.2 million signing from 2 seasons ago. Unbelievable. He's done such a great job this year. And we've still got 1 year left on his deal. So 2021 we'll have to re-sign him. Dominic Samuel. This guy we picked up on a free transfer. Didn't pay jack shit for him. This guy had such a great year. He had 22 goals, 11 assists. Robert Snodgrass, another beautiful free acquisition, paying him $17,000 a week, our highest paid player. He gets 11 goals and 17 assists. Our opposite winger, Ben Pringle, remember 2 years ago? We picked him up for $23,000. And he put in numbers like this last year. 9 goals and 16 assists this year. John Arango, our rock star in the center field, basically calling all the shots. He had 7 goals, 7 assists, and he actually had a lot of international time this year. Jamie Hansen, our other pickup that we had this year, had a great year for us, had 3 goals and 10 assists. We're playing him in a ball-winning midfielding position, which is perfect for him, and it's really helped the team to go from basically having an advanced playmaker and a roaming playmaker to having that ball-winning midfielder in the middle. Has really solidified and closed a lot of the holes that we had, that we were losing a lot of games at the beginning of the year. So really, really helped us out. Old Matty Taylor, man, he's been on the team for 3 seasons now. I don't know what we're going to do with old Matty Taylor. He is he's a decent player, but now now that we're considered a Premier League team, his rating has gone down even more. So I don't think we'll be keeping Matty Taylor. I mean, we have Matty Taylor for about another 8 days, but it doesn't look like we'll keep Matty. Benham Williams, we just signed him to a nice contract. We've got him till next year. He is probably going to be backing up, or probably what I'll do is I'll probably be starting Benham Williams in the middle now, because he can actually play center as well, and he's actually pretty decent. So we'll probably play him as a ball-playing defender, and actually we'll train him as ball-playing defender too, so he actually gets a little bit more knowledge in that position. So because he's a great defender, and I don't want to keep him on the bench. So Jason Pierce, another one of our ball-playing defenders. Basically, he's center. He was a pretty decent pickup for us. We have him for 2 more years. We'll probably go ahead and use him as a backup with Jack Whatmow. Jack Whatmow is also probably going to be a backup for us this next year. So the center back position is something that we really have to concentrate transfer money to. Camille Krabara, this is a guy we got from Liverpool. Great goalie. I mean, he's unbelievable. He's got great potential. He's got a year left on his contract, and if I can keep him this year, I'll probably try to snake him from Liverpool. So I usually try to poach people like that. Liam Haggerty, this guy is like unbelievable. He had an amazing year this year, and his potential is a 5-star potential. So he is going to be a rock star in the next couple years, and he's only 21. So we have him till 2022, and then we're going to re-sign him for big money, and we're only paying him $7,000 a week. I mean, it's just it's a steal, man. we'll probably end up having to give him more money. I'm sure he's going to want more. Now that we're in the Premier League, every player is going to want new contracts, and I'm going to give them to him. But I've just got to be careful on what we're doing. Tom Lockyer, we've had him for like 3 years now, but it's just that he has pretty much reached his full potential. He was, at one point, in Skybet 1, he was a 4.5-star rated defender. But as we go up in leagues, his potential just goes down because he's better in a lower league. So Tom Lockyer will probably go ahead. We have him for 2 more years, but we'll probably go ahead and loan him out. He should be a easy loan for 2 years, and we may even try to transfer him. So, and we didn't pay anything for Tom Lockyer, so we got him. He was actually we poached him from another team, so we'll probably go ahead and try to sell him. So we're kind of stuck with like 3 center backs that we really don't need, and we really need to upgrade. So, decisions, guys, decisions. Jack Weltman, like I said, he's going to back up in the central midfield. Matty James, he's probably going to be gone. Kane Felix, he's been on the team, and in fact, I just used a contract extension to keep him on the team a little bit more, but he's decent. I mean, now he was a 5-star rated in lower leagues, but for 1.1k a week, we've got him still as he's 24 now, and I've got him labeled as not needed. So if we can sell him, we can, and that's pretty much why I kept him, is so we could try to sell him over the next couple of years. So, but if we can't sell him by 2022, he'll be gone. But he's definitely going to be on loan, and he's versatile. He can play on the left or the right wing. So, teams will be wanting to snatch him up for his versatility. So, all right, guys, and then here's old good boy John Flanagan. He's one of my favorite players actually in real life. I like how he's just like, come back from these two massive surgeries, and is still he is a tackler. This guy, if you guys have never seen anything about John Flanagan, you guys need to go to YouTube, type in John Flanagan tackles, and watch how this guy tackles. His tackling is a 17. Look at that. This dude is ridiculous. 19 determination, 17 bravery, 16 aggression, and he doesn't get cards. That's the whole thing. He tackles so clean, he just does not get cards, and it's lovely to see. And you would like to see that YouTube video. So, all right, so those stats for the team. We'll take a look at the U21 team first. The U21 team kind of slid this year. They went from like 4th last year or 5th last year down to 9th in their group. But I mean, they were in a pretty big group. So, anyways, it was good to see them at least not finish last. Our U18s, we finished first again. This is the 2nd out of 3 years. Ever since we really started concentrating on youth, our 18s has just been phenomenal, and our staff has been phenomenal. And we still have a pretty good coaching team. We are lacking in these areas, and I believe they're all up on contract too. Yeah, they're all up, and these guys are expensive, man. So what we're going to do is we are going to totally revamp the entire 18s coaching staff. We're going to try to expand it, and we're really going to start pushing for U18 stuff now, especially now that we're going to be in the likes with the pool of teams like Middlesbrough and Manchester United and Arsenal, because we're going to be in that new group now. So really looking forward to getting the youth and if we can survive the Premier League this year, I'm pretty sure. Guys, I don't even care about making Champions League, or if it happens, it happens. I don't care. I'm concentrating on the Capital One Cup this year. I'm concentrating on the FA Cup, and I'm concentrating on staying above relegation. That's all I want, because I just want to survive a couple years, get a couple $100 million in the bank, and then I'm just going to go crazy, and then I'm going to start pushing for world domination. So it's just going to take a couple years of being patient and surviving relegation, and then once we get a bunch of money, saved up, then it'll be no problem at all. So, but we still have many seasons to go. We've still got to build our stadium. We've still, I don't want to. We have a 35,000 capacity stadium we can upgrade this thing to. I don't want that. I want something like Old Trafford. I want something like 65, 70,000 seats. I want a massive stadium. I want to see that thing just full of green and black. I want to see, 60,000 John Arango bobbleheads everywhere. That's what I want to see, guys. And we'll get there. It's just going to take time. Now that we've got the hard legwork out of the way, I really did not think we were going to get out of the Champions League. I really didn't. It was such an unbelievable run. I could not believe it. I mean, it was just like game after game after game, victory, victory, victory. I just could not believe it. And then when we drew, I was like, okay, this is it. Now we're going to start losing, and then the wheel's going to fall off again. I mean, we didn't have any injuries. We didn't have anything. I think we had the goalie that we had got from Liverpool. He had got the cold. He was out for like 4 days. But all I did was just pull in our, Alex Hall. We've had him for a couple years now. His growth has been unbelievable. And he wasn't even a yellow star when we got him for ability. So, Alex Hall is going to be our future goalie. I mean, his potential, and especially, in Premier League, he's got a 4.5 potential star rating. So we just need to get him. We need to get him some good loans for a couple years, and then we need to bring him in the first team, and then he will dominate for us. So he will definitely dominate. All right, guys. There it is, right there, guys. We won. We didn't do shit in the FA Cup. We didn't do shit in the Capital One Cup. We didn't do shit. We got ousted in the first round. Yeah, except for we beat Luton Town. So we got in the FA Cup we got ousted. But we're gonna really concentrate on them this year, guys. Cups, major focus. Silverware, we're going for cups. And we're just looking to hey, I'll be happy with mid-table. And in the Premier League, you get millions of dollars just for finishing. Check this out, guys. I want to show you the rules for the Premier League. Now, it's the same thing. 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw, 38 games. You play each team twice. Look at how much just for surviving you get 11 million. Bottom 3 teams get relegated. But when you're relegated out of the Premier League, you also get like a goodbye send-off for, I think it's like 20, 30, 40 million, something like that. Because Aston Villa is getting like 40 million for being relegated this year. So, if you finish mid-table, you're making $30 million. I mean, look at the top. I mean, it's just crazy. And then, once you start getting into UEFA and Champions League, that's like millions of dollars a match when you win. And plus with the $1.4 million you get for being on TV, and then the base $2.6 million a week for being in the Premier League, you don't want to be relegated, man. So here's the minimum ground capacity. I'm sorry, it's 12,500. I thought it was 15,000. It's 12.5. And you have to have the undersoil heating. Ugh, I'm yawning. I'm a little tired. So there we go, guys. We got promoted to the English Premier League. Can you believe that? 5 seasons, 5 promotions. I think we got 3 trophies, 3 league trophies and 3 competition trophies. So not too bad. No trophies the last 2 years, but who cares, guys? Who cares? I mean, it's such a feat just to get here. And in fact, I got a new Steam. I got a Steam achievement for getting promoted from the lowest league to the top league. It's like a English hero or something like that. So there you go, guys. That is what happened. We got to sign a bunch of contracts, so I'm going to get on that now. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching. I've been going on enough. 35 minutes. We didn't even play a single game. But, guys, we got promoted. I cannot believe it. I really thought this video was going to be alright, guys, we're going to kind of have to restructure this and see what's going to happen. But we hit the $150 million lottery, which is called the English Premier League. So things are definitely going to look better for us in the next couple years. We just got to survive. Like I said, all we have to do is survive. I'm not even worried about pushing. I'm not worried about getting, like I said, any Europa, no Championship, no Champions League. I don't care. I just want to concentrate on the trophies, FA, Capital One. I know it sounds dumb, but that's what we're going to do, and just survive relegation. Alright, guys, until next season, Season 6. Wow, Season 6 on the same save. That's amazing. I love it. Alright, guys, leave a comment down below. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, what the hell are you waiting for? Alright, guys, have a good one. And until next year, keep playing with your balls. And I mean soccer balls, that is.